I've never really thought about running a marathon until now. The longest race I ran in college was 10K, and that was pretty miserable in and of itself.
Dude. That was murder.
So running 5 times that distance felt like it was kind of off the table. I'd done 18 and 20 mile training runs before, but I figured I wouldn't be touching the marathon distance for another few years. But then I decided to sign up for Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota. I knew I'd only have around 6 weeks to train for it after my track season ended in May, which made me kind of reluctant at first. But then I convinced my friends Christian and Adam to join me, and I figured, why not run a marathon? I knew I'd be in somewhat decent shape after track season, so I felt like on a perfect day I could run about 2 hours and 30 minutes for my debut. So over the next few weeks, I ramped up my mileage from 30 miles a week to 50 miles per week. In the first week of training, I was actually at the beach, and forced very quickly to adapt to the heat and humidity.
Out for an easy 7-mile run. It's a bit warm. Expected at the beach. And yeah, almost at mile 5, so we're having a good day.
Then over the next couple weeks, I trained in my neighborhood.
Had a workout yesterday, and everything is sore. Dude, the weather's been like too nice. All right, so 4 miles in. How you feeling? Feel pretty good. Yeah, this is damn near marathon pace right here.
And on week 3 of training, I actually took a 10-day trip to Switzerland. I didn't do any workouts that week, and I tried to squeeze in 1-hour training runs where I could. When I got back to Mississippi, I had a 20-mile long run planned a couple days later, and I texted Adam and we met up and ran it together on a 4.2-mile loop in my neighborhood.
All right.
How you feeling?
I feel like I'm about to start to go one more ultra.
Yeah, for real.
4-mile loops.
Yeah.
5 of them.
Am I telling the audience what time it is?
I've been injured for a week.
Am I telling them what time it is?
So it's 5:45. I'm about to get started. I'm exiting my morning report right now.
Yeah.
It's so early.
Yeah.
It still thinks I'm asleep.
It's 6:20 right now. Adam said, let's start at 5:40.
No, I said I would get here at 5:40.
What time did you get here?
6:09.
This was going to be the real test, because it was the longest run in our training and it just so happened to fall on the hottest day of the year. The temperatures that day were in the high 70s by 5:45 a.m., and it was super humid outside as well. The run challenged us mentally and physically, and I was sweating a lot on every loop.
8.2 miles. Oh man, these hills are killing me. And the temp. I need sugar and water.
At mile 12, I wanted to throw in the towel, but then we kept pushing.
I just need to make it 8 more miles. We're gonna make it to 20. Even if it kills me, we gotta make it there. I'm almost to 20. 19.83. And I'm walking up the hill. So close.
By the time we got to 20, we were exhausted. And Adam actually had a low-grade fever later that day.
All right. That was death. But I made it to 20. And, you know, I said I was gonna do that. And I made it there. Did what I said I was gonna do. Even though the conditions weren't ideal. Even though I just traveled back from Switzerland like 2 days ago. I did everything I said I was gonna do. And I battled the demons out here instead of on the race course. Which, I wouldn't want to battle those demons on the race course. I'm glad I battled them today. Now it's gonna be easier whenever I get out there. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be easier than what it feels like here unless a massive heat wave moves through or something. But if that happens, then we just run. Have a fun time. Run a marathon. Simple as that. But that cooked me. Yeah, that cooked me. I need water and ice.
Now the only thing left to do was actually run the marathon.
Yeah, I was like not expecting this rain. I can do that.
These morning tunes.
What we got here? What is that? Why does it look like that?
Because I'm taking a sip of it already.
So we're on our way to Grandma's Marathon up in Duluth, Minnesota, and we're actually driving to Cable, Wisconsin right now.
Brought
But
your passenger princess.
I'm the passenger princess at this moment. I offered to drive at the last stop, but Adam said he would drive us all the way to St. Louis, so that's what we're doing. In St. Louis right now, and we're picking up Christian. He's someplace here. I just texted him.
AKA Cleach.
AKA Cleach, and Cleach is gonna come and run a marathon with us. He signed up at the same time we did, and so we're stoked to have him along for the journey. And yeah, we just arrived in St. Louis. There's the kid. Let's go get some.
9 more hours. 9 more
yeah,
hours.
we have 9 more hours. Look at that guy.
What'd you get?
Cold brew. Classic cold brew. Black. Alright, so we've been driving for a pretty long time. It is almost, yeah, I did, unfortunately. It's almost 8, it's 8:45 at night. Our next stop is gonna be, of course, a pizza place. I feel like every time I go on a trip, I'm always getting pizza. It's a universal food item, I think.
It's pretty hard to like screw it up.
Yeah.
It's dough, it's sausage.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to mess up, so to me it feels like a universal. You're not gonna get a foodborne illness, that's a good point. And so it's a safe option, has a lot of carbs, a lot of fats and stuff. I don't know. I enjoy it. You can put yourself up on it, yeah, I agree with that. So we're on our way to a pizza place in the middle of Black River Falls, Wisconsin. Someplace that none of us have ever been. None of us actually ever been to Wisconsin, so this is our first time here. Your Scotty card just got ripped. Anyway, I don't know if anybody actually calls it Scotty, but my friend Noah calls it Scotty. We're going to meet up with him here in a little while. We're actually staying at his cabin over in Cable, Wisconsin, so this will be, shout out Noah for letting us stay at his cabin. Oh yeah, dude. So before we eat the pizza, we have to go get a run in because we haven't run today, and Adam is on a 168-day run streak, and if we wait until we get to the cabin, it's gonna be like the last 10 minutes of the day, and so we're gonna be cutting it really close. So instead, we're gonna throw on some running shoes, run a mile, and that's gonna continue Adam's run streak. I also haven't run today. We woke up pretty early, we went to bed pretty late last night, so it's just kind of been a big travel day. Based upon pure vibes, I feel like this pizza place is gonna be like a C plus B minus type pizza place. I feel good.
We gotta pick up our pizza. 1 mile. 7:33.
So, what are you doing? You okay?
Nothing, just film the pizza.
Get some up close. Alright, so we got tomatoes. Looks like we got some basil kind of sprinkled around. No basil leaves, so that's kind of a
Red flag.
It looks like we have
a little bit of red, like Roma
like,
tomatoes.
like diced.
Yeah, we're looking at a C plus rating. It's not bad. I'll eat it. I'll eat probably the whole thing, but probably a C plus. If I were to margarita pizza, I don't expect it to look like barbecue chicken flatbread. So
I expect a big puffy crust.
yeah.
Light sauce, light cheese, circular tomatoes, basil leaves.
It's I think it's starting to rain on us, fellas.
Oh yeah.
So after keeping Adam's run streak alive and having our pizza in Black River Falls, it was time to make the final leg of our journey up to Cable.
Friend, here, hold on. You get another ready. Another one. Oh my gosh.
Keep you company. You get lonely up here in the north because it's cold.
Yes.
Grinding.
Noah makes a reappearance on the vlog.
It's been a year. It's been 10 months.
It's been 10 months.
Thought I'd never see him again.
Yeah. And then I just showed up.
Yeah, in the dark.
Alright, so it's 12:45 and I'm about to crawl into bed, go to sleep. Usually I would edit a daily mile, but I don't know. We have a race coming up, and like this is like the last night that I really get to sleep, so it's like this is really important to get in bed and get some rest. Or else I would stay up till 2 a.m. and edit it, but it doesn't make any sense with what my priorities are right now. So about to crawl into bed, go to sleep, and we're gonna get rolling tomorrow morning. Go out for a little shakeout, make some breakfast, and that'll be the day.
Handy dandy. How far are you running, Todd?
A couple miles, probably.
3?
Maybe.
5K?
Might do a 5K. Mile and a half out, mile and a half back.
I wouldn't put it directly in this.
This is kind of goofy looking over here. Whatever you guys are doing.
I'm trying to warm up my
Adductor.
hip flex.
So we're closing in. Ooh, 4 slides out here. They're going crazy.
Right there.
That one literally flew into my mouth. Then I spit him out.
Yeah.
Then he was on the ground. Like,
Yeah.
that was crazy. And I have that on video.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we're almost 2 miles in. I don't know what our splits have been. 7:07 for that mile, according to my watch.
This is about.
It is. Closing in on 3 miles. It's a really pretty run.
Yeah. I think we all collectively feel like we sat in the car for 17 hours yesterday.
Yeah, we do. Cleaston.
My heart rate's like 160 right now. Like you love it. Right at 7:30.
Mine too.
I got 60-ish. A little better.
Then we had to go pick up our race bibs at the expo in Duluth, Minnesota. Duluth is the town where the race is actually going to take place, so it was good to get a feel for the hour and 15-minute drive that we were going to have to make at 3 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, as soon as I can walk in. Got the goods.
Got it.
Name popped up on the screen.
Was actually registered. I was kind of nervous that they were going to find me.
Yeah, they couldn't find you.
No, they did.
Oh.
She was giving me like the rundown.
Yeah, just telling about the bags and stuff.
She's like, also you have really nice eyes.
What's your bib number label here? Do not leave valuables in your bag.
You're like Irving.
Sing it, Adam.
So we got ourselves a wonderful pasta dinner right here, night before.
This is how it should be.
Loading up. We're gonna be rugged. What are you doing there? Oh.
Heck yeah. B-roll.
B-roll.
You don't eat your spaghetti with a spoon?
Alright, so it's like 10:15 at night. We didn't go to bed early. I mean, we weren't going to be able to sleep, so we just kind of been hanging out, doing some stretching, and now it's time to go to sleep. We have to be up at like 3:30 tomorrow morning because it's about an hour drive, hour and 15 to the place that we have to meet up to get on the bus. The race goes off at 7:45, so we have an early morning, and then the race starts at 7:45, so we should be alright, but have the race kit, got everything laid out over here. So we got the New Balance Super Comp Elites right here. These are the V4s. These are over here. We got New Balance socks. I'm going to do a clean bar tomorrow morning early, and then I'm going to do this maybe an hour before the race. This is 40 grams of carbs. And then we got Lululemon half tights. We got a New Balance singlet, and then we got a cap from Onus, which is like my go-to running cap, and then sunglasses from Roka. And so that's kind of what we got. That's what the kit is going to be. And yeah, feeling ready for this. Feeling ready to get after it. Something that happened though is like we were looking at the weather and it was supposed to be like 50 degrees. That was kind of like the initial thought. Even when we checked like last week, it was supposed to be 50 degrees on race day. And now it's looking like it's going to be in the 70s and up in the 80s by the time we finish. So,
But it's going to be easier than what it feels like here unless a massive heat wave moves through or something. But
a lot warmer than we were anticipating, which is kind of like, it's kind of rough because we were planning on going after a fast time. And it's not that we can't get that time. It's not that we can't go after that fast time. But I think at this point,
Instead of prioritizing the time, we're going to prioritize the effort that we're putting in. And the marathon is one of those things that I'm unfamiliar kind of with that effort, so I'm going to play it a little bit more conservatively on the early part of the race. I'm going to just go out as conservative as I can. I mean, it's going to be 6-minute miles, 5:50 miles in the first 6 miles of the race. And then after that, we're going to dip down to 5:40, and we're just going to hold 5:40 for as long as we can. If we make it mile 20 after splitting 5:40s, then maybe we can dip down to 5:30 for the last 6 miles. Theoretically, if we've played the cards right, if we've stayed smooth. Yeah, I think 5:50 to 6 flat pace for the first few miles is going to be okay because it's such a long race. And then if we have a little bit of extra gas in the last 6 miles, then we can use it there. It's going to be 69 when we start and like 80 when we finish. So it's going to be very warm, which is going to play a big factor. But if we get out there and it's feeling smooth, running 5:43 pace, 5:45 pace, then I'm going to stick to it. I'm just going to stick to whatever that initial plan was. And I have a lot of race experience. I have high race IQ. I've done this a lot of times. I haven't raced the marathon a lot of times, but I know what it's like to race well. I know what it's like to race hard. And I feel like if I can get out there and just give it a strong effort and be smooth and be relaxed in the early part of the race, like that's a skill that requires so much patience. And so I'm just going to be patient early. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm not going to treat it like this big scary thing that I have to go tackle. It's like, at the end of the day, like I still want to have fun with this. I don't want it to feel like this big burden that I have to like accomplish something huge. It's like, no, it's his first marathon. I set a goal of 2:30 and maybe we still get the 2:30, but it's also like, maybe we don't. And it's like, maybe we get the 2:30, but maybe we don't. And a lot of people would be like, oh no, that's like a terrible mindset. But I'm also just like, man, you got to be real sometimes. You got to be real with what's going on, what the conditions are. And tomorrow is going to be one of those days that it's going to be hot. It's going to be terrible conditions, and we're going to make the absolute most of it, and we're going to have fun out there, and we're going to have a good time. It's a debut marathon. We're going to see if we can run something fast, at least run a Boston qualifier, maybe go sub 2:30 still. I don't know. And I'm going to leave everything I have out there, and I'm going to feel like I'm finishing on empty, and that's all I can ask for. But yeah, it's kind of what my mentality is right now. It's 10:24. I need to go to bed, but yeah. So we went to Goodwill yesterday after we left the packet pickup, and I wanted to get some sweats and a jacket of some sort. We got this jacket, which is just this crazy like green color with this weird pattern on the side. This thing is huge. We have a pair of giant ski pants they're literally like parachute pants. Let me show you what this looks like. There's not even a question about it. I'm literally gonna be the comfiest guy in Duluth. There's just no way around it. Probably not. Alright, so we're about to head out the door. It is 3:57 or something right now. We need to get moving. And so here we have all our goods. Eating a piece of toast. Just made some coffee. Gonna drink that on the road. Might get some electrolytes real quick. Fill up the rest of my water bottle. And we're gonna go. We're gonna go run a friggin' daily marathon. Thanks for tuning into the daily marathon. Alright, so we're driving to the bus pickup, and the race has been delayed by however many minutes. I think it's 30 minutes, and the rain is insane. It's just an absolute downpour of a thunderstorm, almost whiteout rains, lightning like crazy. I was not expecting this. Whenever we walked out, that's what all of us are saying. We were not expecting any of this whenever we walked out the door this morning. And so Christian's driving. He's taking it nice and steady. I think the 30-minute delay is going to be a good thing. Hopefully there's not any like fallen trees or anything in the middle of the road. As I say that, there's literally
fallen branches in the road. That's how a 30-minute delay is just gonna make it hotter when we finish.
Yeah.
So we're on the bus and headed to the starting line. We have literally a, I don't know, probably 40-minute drive ahead of us already. So then once we get there, I guess the race now starts, instead of starting at 7:45, it starts at 8:15 because they had a 30-minute delay. So we're just rolling with the punches. It's, what time right now? 6:31? Should be good. Alright, we haven't gotten into our corral yet, and it starts in 3 minutes, so, you know? Yeah, get the GPS ready. Alright, do this, bro. Let's do it. Alright, so we're out. Our rate's already easing up, so I gotta be sure to stay calm, stay relaxed. We're at about 5:50 pace right now, but just gonna find the rhythm, dig into it. Probably gonna put my phone up for a couple miles so I can really dig into it. I see Floberg. Hey, Eric. Hey, bud.
Oh! I know this guy. I was wondering where you were.
Hey, man.
How we
Little ways back. You know, heart rate's already high, but
are you still trying to do 230 today or no?
we'll see.
Okay.
I mean,
You gotta work down.
I'm gonna get out smooth in the first 6.
Okay.
To work my way down.
I'll probably see you after the finish line.
Yeah.
You'll be finished for like 30 minutes.
So I'm at like 4.3 miles. It's probably close to 4.5. I forgot to start my watch. So, no. 4.5, yeah. Garmin's gonna be like, you didn't run a marathon.
No, that's what I'm
Strava's gonna be like, ooh, so close. I gotta keep going. What's up, bro? This guy over here says he watches the videos. Legend. All right, so coming up on mile 8, and I'm sweating like a fiend. But mile 8, that means just like a long training run left.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at.
Yeah.
Imagine how you pull
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's
put in the shoe.
I found Maddie. So honestly, I'll probably run with Maddie most of the race. She's a beast. Give her some company. Yo,
What's up, man?
what on here? We're over 11 miles in. Coming up on 12 actually. Miles are flying by.
You look great, man. Is this your debut? Nice.
It was a good time, dude.
You feel good? It's a little humid?
Well, you would do. I'm drenched.
Yeah, you already are.
Dude, I sweat so bad. I saw it was gonna be humid. I was like, dang, this is gonna suck. But don't figure out why it is.
You look great, man.
Hey. So I'm in the last 10K. I'm battling some demons. Shit, 20, got some water and sugar. Everything I do to keep my legs under me. Should make it 10 more K. Just one foot in front of the other. I'm just gonna make it there. I'm at mile 22 and a half.
Yep.
And I just got a calf cramp, turned into a hamstring cramp, then a quad cramp, then TFL, all at once, literally just fell to the ground. I've never experienced anything like that. I gotta make it. Everything just cramped up. I got a calf cramp, hamstring cramp, quad cramp, hip cramp. I was like, oh.
You're still making really, really good time.
Yeah, all right. Just gonna go again.
Think we're good?
Can you take this?
Absolutely.
Awesome. We're gonna try to keep moving. Let's go! Let's go! Look at this. I had some pickle juice earlier.
Did you?
Yeah. It's cramping, so. Alright, you're at 1 mile. gotta put a foot in front of the other. Come on. Exit the finish line. So it's like, even if my legs cramp and I have to crawl, I'm gonna make it. Everything's cramping. I'm still smiling though. We're almost there. We're at 250. We're at least gonna get a BQ. Bro, the cramps. Welcome to the marathon. Baptized by the marathon. Oh my gosh.
What's up?
How'd it feel?
Hardest thing, but most fun thing I've ever done.
Okay.
Most fun is crazy.
Most fun is crazy.
Most fun is crazy.
Okay.
I can think of a lot more fun things. Listen, that was like, I get like halfway. I'm feeling great. Mile 17 comes. Usually it's 20, right? It was 17 for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's too late. Let's just have fun, you know. Trying to talk to people, have fun. Some dude said if I see him up here, he'll give me free beer.
That's nice. Yeah, I've never felt that bad in my life. I don't think I have, but like it was just a different type of pain where like my muscles weren't working.
Shut down.
It was like I was hurting, but it was like I wasn't hurting.
Breathing hard at all.
I wasn't hurting any more than I do in any other race, but my muscles weren't functioning. So I think it's probably just not running enough miles, honestly. I feel like it's just probably not running enough miles. Trying to do this on like 40, 50 miles a week. But I'm okay. 40, 50 miles a week, running 250. That was tough. But hey, we made it, so feeling all right. Met up with the boys over here.
I definitely learned a lot from this marathon experience. Coming off of a track season where I was running about 30 miles a week and then jumping into a marathon 6 weeks later is not normal behavior. And then setting that standard at 2 hours and 30 minutes is also pretty hectic. However, I don't think I would have done my first marathon any other way. I had a lot of fun in this marathon build. And the truth is, you don't really know what you're capable of until you step off into that unknown. So I set that standard at 2 hours and 30 minutes because belief is one of the most important things in distance running. I prefer to set the bar high instead of low, and I believe that sub 230 is well within my reach. Since I qualified for Boston, that will be my next marathon. I'm planning to do a full 16-week training build in December, and I'm going to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. I'm also going to make sure that I have plenty of electrolytes because I sweat a lot, and that was one of the things that this marathon taught me. So walking away from this race, I'm proud of the 250 that I ran. But I know there's a lot more. So now it's time to rest up and then take on a few shorter races in the fall and spring before letting it rip at Boston. So thanks for tuning into this video. If you liked it, drop a comment, like, subscribe, do all the above. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.